Hello everybody, it's Lynn. Well, I can't believe it's 3 months since I did a video on my tags. It was week 11 and this was the tag that I last showed you, which was going round circles, stitching round circles, and that's what that one was about. And I made mine into like a vase of flowers. Yeah, I don't believe where the time's gone. I know I did say I was doing them in groups of 4, my tags, but it's just ridiculous because that's how many I've made, and then that's how many I've made since week 11. Some of them have been put up on Instagram, which some of you will have seen photographs of, but I'll just go through them with you now, so that I'm up to date with all my tags on YouTube. So let me find the opening of this and I'll take them off. And we'll go through one at a time. So they're the ones that I've done. Put them there out the way. So week 12 was blanket stitch, and this is the one that I did for week 12. My blanket stitch, it was done on the 29th of March. I can't believe that, 2021, and I've not shown. I can't believe it. I must have done, but then again probably not, because I can't find a video. I've looked through my videos before I did this to see whether I could see one, and no. I think I had good intentions of getting to my 4, and then something happened or I was busy doing something else, and that's how come I never did an update. So that's the blanket stitch, week 12. That's that one. Week 13 was gold, and you could use anything that was gold, any coloured golds, and use anything at all on it. And I did like a curtain ring, a safety pin, some lace, which I did some French knots through, some satin ribbon, which was 3 coloured golds, did some chain stitch down there, that's a piece of lace with gold through it, and some chiffon ribbon. So that was week 13. Week 14 was a pocket with a treasure. Now, this is my pocket. I've not got my treasure in it yet. I've pressed it and it's in a safe place, and we'll leave it at that, shall we? So what I did is, this is something that I stamped on some fabric a long time ago. It's a stamp I have, and I've made the pocket, that's the pocket, and I've married it up quite well with the lady's face in the background. And then I had a piece of lace, plique lace, with the pearls, and I put that on the top. And then inside there I'm putting some forget-me-nots that I've pressed, and they will go inside there. Now, I didn't know whether to put them through the laminator and do it as a little card with them on, but I don't know whether they'd burn with it being hot going through the laminator. So I don't know. I've not sussed that one out yet completely, but it is done, is the tag. Week 15 was a landscape. Now, this is my landscape that I did. Tiny scape, yeah, and you made a landscape of your own, whatever you fancy doing. I've done this like flowers and a tree, and this is a field, and then there's a fence, then it goes on with another tree and some more field, and then it goes up towards the sky, and that's what I did for that one. I quite like that one. I do like that one. This one was seat stitch. Now I did it's on cream, and it's the blue that's in there is part of the fabric. And I did it in cream stitching, and it didn't come out very well. But as you can see, I've done round a flower. That's a flower, and they're circles, and then that's a bigger flower on the outside, and that's the inside, and they're the scallop petals. Not keen on that one, but anyway, it's done, and that's my offering for that. Week 17 is couching. Now I enjoyed this. I'd never done couching before, and I quite enjoyed this. And Anne said to use, I think it was a colour that you don't normally use. Now I don't use a lot of pink, not normally, not like this. And then I've added some beads on there, and I've done some French knots. I'm really into French knots at the minute. I do like my French knots. And then there's some fibres. That's some lace that's been rolled up, couched down with a cross. That's some wool. And then these are some pieces of material. Are those odds and sods, using up the material pieces. Now week 18, tiny stitches, paper piecing, hexes. Well, I'm sorry, that's as small as I could get my hexes. Never done it. I've only ever done hexes once before, and they were about this size, so I couldn't do them any smaller. And then I've done the seat stitch up and down to anchor it down. So that is what I did for that one, and it's on a piece of like a wool fabric. Week 19. Oh, wait a minute. We missed one out. No. That's right, 18. Week 19 was adding words, any colours you like, and layers. So this is what I did for that one. This is some ticking. I've anchored it down with some little French knots along there. This is the end of the fabric. You know, when you get fabric, the wording and the colouring on the end. So it says fabric. Underneath I've stitched love, and then underneath that one I've put my sewing on some cream calico material, and then this is Rose and Hubble. That's a fabric company, is Rose and Hubble. And then I've put some lace, crocheted lace down there. So that was what I did for words and layering. I quite enjoyed doing that one as well. This one, I've never done anything like this before. Pekingese stitch. Now, this was week 20. I did this on the 28th of May 2021. And it's on a piece of, I've turned the fabric over because that's what the fabric looked like on the right side, and I've turned it over and done it. And I've never done Pekingese stitch before, so I did have a go at doing it, and that's how it came out, and I'm quite happy with that for a first attempt. Week 21, week 20. Oh no, sorry, I'm jumping. Yeah, week 21. Sorry, it's me getting confused. I've written them all down on a piece of paper at the side of me. This is bullion edging. Now, I've never done bullion knots before, and these are my little bullion knots that I've edged this lace down to this piece of fabric that was the raw edge of the fabric, the lace, and I did it over the edge onto the patterned fabric. That was a scrap these are just scraps that I have hanging about that I did it on, and that's my bullion knots. They're not very good. It's the first time I've done them. It took me a while to get into it. They're more like French knots up there. So yeah, that's that one. This one I enjoyed doing. Now this is week 22. I did this on the 28th of May, and it was lace. Layers of lace. Now we don't normally see black lace or use black lace a lot, so I did have some in my stash, and what I did is I've put it down onto a piece of cream calico fabric to layer it up. Now that's a pom-pom trim. This lace here is in 3 pieces with the ribbon that goes through the middle, and the flowers top and bottom. And then this was a separate piece of lace, was that one, with the flowers in, and I did enjoy doing that as well. That's that one. Week 23, a bunch of flowers. Now this is my bunch of flowers. French knots again. Tell you I'm into my French knots. I did some what's it called? Can't think. I can't think what the stitch is that I did the branches with. Can you see? You know where you split the stitch and you go through? That's what I did. It's like a back stitch, but it's not. Anyway, and I made them look like delphiniums, you know, the blue flowers, and then I've added a little satin bow to that. So I did that one on the 7th of July, a bunch of flowers and tied, and that's mine. Now this one it took me ages to do this. Week 24, tatting. Now I've never ever done tatting before. I've done this on a piece of, I've attached them to a piece of felt material. Now that was the first one that I did. That was the second one that I did. And that was the third one that I did. And this is one that went all wrong when I pulled it off the needle. And I thought I'm going to incorporate that because it just goes to show that, you know, we do have imperfections at times, and that was my imperfection for doing the tatting. I love tatting, but I don't think it's going to be a craft for me. I don't find it relaxing. It's a bit... I find it tedious, sorry, for those that enjoy it, but I've done it, I've had a go, and I'm happy with what I've achieved. And then I've done the French knots in the same cotton fabric that I've used to do the tatting. Oh, that's the one I actually did that on the 14th of July, and I did say my first time tatting, and it's not an easy craft. Love it, but don't think it's for me. So I'm going to double that up. Some of them I'm going to double up because I don't like the raw back of it. Week 25, thread weaving. Now, I can't say I was in awe of this one either. The thread weaving. I've done it. I've had a go. I've attempted it. I've put some of my Steph Francis threads that I've woven into it. They're Steph Francis, and so are these sparkly ones. And I've left some of the long dangly bits. I've added some wool fabric, and that's some woven wool. There's some ribbon in there, and there's just a few bits and pieces. That's some DMC cream thread there, and that was that for that one. That was my weaving. This one is week 26. Make yourself a medal, because Anne said we deserved a medal for getting this far through the year, because we're more than halfway through the year now, I think, with this, if you've kept up with it. And what I've done is it's a piece of calico material I've put on the tag. This is some like crinkled fabric I've cut into 2 little ribbons. I've put one of the lace butterflies down with the Aurora Borealis crystals in the corners, and then in the middle I've put a charm which says I love to sew, and there's a little sewing machine, and I did enjoy doing that. And that's one I'm going to double back as well. That was done on the 14th of July. This, I'll show you this one first because I did it before the other one. This is week 28, and this was done on the 15th of July as well. It was weaving and wrapping spider's wheel. Second attempt. Before I got this one, pleased how it's turned out. Yes, because the first attempt it didn't turn out like that, and I took it out, and then I tried a different fabric to use to do it with, and this is wool. It's a variegated wool, and I do like how that's turned out, and it reminds me of sand dollars, and I love sand dollars. And this was that was the wrapping, this was the weaving, and I did 5 spokes for that and 8 spokes for that, and it looks like a rose, I think, but that's just my opinion. So that was that one, and that one goes there. And then this is the very last one that I've just finished now, beads and tassels. And why I left this to the last is because there was a lot of work in that, and it's early hours of the morning and I have just finished doing this, and I wanted to make my video and then I'm up to date, because now it is early hours Friday morning and I'll be putting week 29 up, so I'm up to date up until she announces what this week's is. I really loved doing this beading. I did that row at first, and then I put the lace across, and I thought, I'm going to do another row up there. So I've just finished doing that row, and then I've put the lace across there. And underneath, this is that fabric I did on the medal for the tassels. And it's like it's a brocade anglaise, but it's a crinkled fabric, and that's what I've done my beading on, and I've really enjoyed doing beading. I've never done as much beading before in my life, and I've really enjoyed that tag. So there you have it. That's me, all up to date, and that says week 27, 16th of July 2021, and as I say, it's early hours of the morning in England anyway. So thank you all for watching and persevering with me and wanting to see my tags, and that's me up to date. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.